G'day folks, Connor here from C-Dubs Media, back with another video. And today we're doing my full review of the Soundpeats Watch Pro 1. So without further ado, hit the like button and the subscribe button and let's get stuck into the video. Let's go. So what do you get for 50 bucks? Do you get something that's worthwhile or do you get something that just does a little bit? Now I have been running, cycling, swimming, wearing this to bed, checking my heart rate, and getting notifications on this watch for the most part of a week and a half. And I do have to say that there are some really good points to this watch for the price, and there's some things you do need to consider if you are looking for a fitness tracker or a smartwatch. But for the most part, I think for 50 bucks, you get a pretty good deal. Now, one of the first things I do want to mention is heart rate. So it does have a heart rate sensor in it, and the heart rate sensor can track you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And for the most part, it's pretty consistently tracking something. However, I did notice that when it was tracking my heart rate, it was always a little bit higher than what it normally sits at. But when I stop and check it and leave it on for the whole minute, it seems to level out. But if it's just left unattended, it always tracks at about 80 to 90 beats per minute for me, where I'm normally between that 50 to 70 beats per minute. Now, don't forget, there are links down below if you do want to pick one of these up. Please use my link, you'll be helping out the channel. Now, I'm going to move on to water resistance, or the watch being waterproof. It is stated as being IP68 water resistance. And as you can see from here, I was doing a lot of swimming with this watch on, and it didn't fail at any time. So I think it can definitely withstand the water. It is a fairly basic smartwatch though, or fitness tracker, so it can't actually track your swimming. So big caveat there, it cannot track your swimming. I think any high pressure activities is gonna maybe wreck it, but that's the same with anything that's IP68 rated. So as you can see, water resistant, waterproof. Now when it comes to sleep tracking, I'd have to say it is hit and miss as well. Now some nights, it would track it really well. Some nights it would say that I'd only had 2 hours sleep. Some nights it would say that I had 0 sleep at all. So it is important to realize that you're not going to get very accurate sleep tracking with this. Maybe with a software update or two, you might get it, but as of now, it wasn't very accurate for me. Now, one of the things I do want to talk about when reviewing the Soundpeats watch is its accuracy for swimming, running, and cycling. But it is definitely something to consider when tracking your running and cycling. Now, like I said, I've been reviewing this for about 7 or 8 days now, and I've definitely got some good use out of it. But there's a couple of things you might want to keep in mind. One is that the tracking is only accurate to about 90%. So if you go on a 10-kilometer run, it's actually only going to say that you ran for about 9 kilometers, which is a little bit frustrating. Now, I wouldn't know that if I didn't review a lot of equipment. I would just think that I was running 9 kilometers. But I know how far I run on an average day, so I know that the 10-kilometer mark is this point on my run. So that's a little bit too far out for my liking, but if you're a casual runner or you just like going for the odd walk, then the watch is probably going to suit you quite well. Now, when it comes to cycling, I actually got different results to running. So I found that it was more accurate while cycling when tracking my distance. So you can see here I did a couple of cycling trips. One was about 12 kilometers, the other one was about 11 kilometers, and I definitely got accurate tracking during that cycling period. But for cycling, hey, definitely got good results out of it. And if you like riding around on your pushy, racking up some kilometers, I don't think you'll be too disappointed. Now, when it comes to build and design, I don't think there was any shortcuts taken here. In fact, for the price point, I think you get a really nice looking watch. There's no sharp edges on it except for the dial on the side, but apart from that, it's very smooth and I didn't scratch myself while sleeping and wearing the watch, and there was no discomfort at any time. Now, the band itself is plastic. I'm thinking it's silicone, but I don't have any confirmation of that, but it is quite comfortable as well, and I didn't have any irritation while using the watch band. So that's good as well. I think for the price here, you're getting really good comfort, really good design, a nice display, and some good functionality for fitness tracking. Now, something else I should definitely point out is using the watch as a bit of a notification retriever. I mean, it definitely retrieves notifications. I use a lot of Instagram and I get text messages occasionally on my phone, and I was getting the notifications that I chose to have on my watch. The vibration isn't nice. It is a pretty rough vibration, but it's good enough to let you know that you've got your notifications. Another thing I did notice is that I would get maybe 10 notifications and not get any alert on the watch at all. And then other times I would get every single notification through to the watch. And there was no rhyme or reason to this. So maybe if you figure that out, leave some comments down below to help other people who might purchase this watch. But I couldn't figure it out. Sometimes every notification, sometimes none. Now the watch can track about 12 or 13 exercises, I believe. And I did running, cycling and walking, and I swam with the watch on. But it can also track skipping, yoga, and a number of other exercises, which I didn't do. I don't do every exercise on the planet, just the ones that I enjoy. So that is what you're going to have to take with a grain of salt. One of the areas I would like to see added for the future is circuit training, because I do like doing a bit of circuit training, and I couldn't have that functionality here with the watch. So then I had to use the stopwatch to be able to track my circuit training. Now the watch is very easy to navigate. Swipe left or right, up or down. If you swipe down, you're going to see your shortcuts. Swiping down is going to give you your quick access menu. Swiping left or right is going to give you your shortcuts. And swiping up is going to give you your notifications. Now the dial on the side is really easy to navigate as well. That is your stop button, but it is also your back button. So if you're working out and you come to the end of your workout, press that button once and it will stop your workout. Or if you're in your settings somewhere or scrolling through the watch itself, press that button and it will take you back to your home screen. Now, all this is made possible through the Soundpeats app, so make sure you do download that from the Play Store. You will need to create your own account, which is pretty simple, and then you will need to set it up on your device and grant all the permissions necessary to track your exercise. Now, just quickly, it has a 1.28 inch LCD display on it. It is nice to see. Could be a little bit brighter, but it is big enough to be able to see out while you're running. You can see your distance traveled, your speed. You can also see your time on it as well. So I'm quite happy with the display. Again, could just be a little bit brighter. You can also track the music on your watch as well. So if you get to that song that you just hate, press skip and you're into the next song. So that's also handy to have, especially while you're out running or cycling. Like I said, waterproof, IP68. It has Bluetooth 5.0. Battery is 285 milliamp and they do say it lasts for 10 days. But in my use, it actually lasted for 7 days and I had to recharge it. But I think if you did a little bit less activity and used it as less than I do, then you would probably get 10 days quite comfortably. But for me, 7 days maximum. It charges really quickly and you will just take it off, put it on charge, have a shower. By the time you've finished, it's going to be fully charged. So not really any problem with it only being 7 days of battery life. I think that is going to be fine for most people. Now, I did reach out to Soundpeats to try and find out what CPU was in it and how much RAM, and I couldn't actually get a response before I filmed this video. So if I get one by the time I upload this video, I'll leave it in the description down below. Now, don't forget, if you do have any questions about this smartwatch, let me know in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. And remember, use my links to purchase it because I will get a little bit of kickback for that, and that's much appreciated. So thank you everyone for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you in the next video. Check ya!